Welcome to the McAllister Report. We join John McAllister, top football evaluator, as he shares wisdom and interviews coaches and athletes from around the country. Enjoy today's podcast.
Hello, this is John McAllister with the John McAllister Report. And today we're going to go into around the state and we're going to talk to one of my favorites, junior to be. He's in the class of 2025. His father and I are good friends. His father is a head football coach, and I really appreciate Kage Payne being on my program. He started this year as a sophomore, and he's a center. He's 6'3", about 275, and I hope he stays about that weight-wise. He really came on strong. I saw him play their last game of the season, and I thought he moves so well. And he's tough, good pass pro, and really excited to talk to him. He also has good grades, and he also just got back from a mission trip last summer and to Mexico. So if you sit back and enjoy my video podcast with Kage Payne, an offensive lineman from Kingsmill High School near Cincinnati. And yes, it's right near Kings Mill Park. Kage Payne, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. You may be the first player I've ever done sitting in a car. That's good. You're sitting with your phone and sitting in your car, and man, I feel privileged. You're going to a church program tonight every Wednesday. That's really good.
Yes, sir.
And you're from Kings.
Kings, okay? Yes, sir.
Kings High School near Kings Mill, right?
Yes, sir.
That's really good. I have been to Kings.
Okay.
I was there a few years ago. The former head coach is a good man.
He is.
Good man. And he's a very good coach, by the way. Mm-hmm. And he promoted his kids.
Oh, yeah. So he was my, 7th and 8th grade gym teacher. So it was kind of cool. I wasn't on the, varsity team yet. So I was never playing football whenever he was coaching. But I got that good mentorship from him, just being in his classes and being a football player.
Class act.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me why football? What makes football? Why do you decide to be a football player?
So I just grew up around the game, and I kind of saw the process as a kid, and then I just loved playing it. I started off playing quarterback in little league, and then I kind of went down the cycle. I went from quarterback to tight end. Now my dad was always telling me, he was like, one of these days you're gonna have to get your hand in the ground. Yeah. And so it took me a while to accept that, but going into high school, really I accepted it, and I took it on as a challenge, and just this season was so much fun. I just love playing football.
Let's go back real quick. Your dad's a head football coach.
Yes, sir.
He was in Ohio. Where was he the head coach in Ohio?
He was Lexington High School.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
I was drawing a blank there at Lexington. And then he's down in
Hilton Head. Yes,
he's
sir.
coaching at Hilton Head right now.
Yes,
and,
sir.
I see him every year at Ohio State camp.
Okay.
He brings a bunch of guys up.
Oh, yeah.
And he shows them off and let everybody see him, and then plus see Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You like football a lot, and we'll talk about it later. Do you play any other sports?
So I grew up kind of playing baseball, basketball, and football. Right. And then I played baseball last year, but so I was a pitcher, and I kind of really didn't do anything in the off season for baseball. Right. So I would just basically kept throwing my arm out, and I was always in the trainer for it. So my dad was telling me, he was like this year, whenever he like finally saw that like I could do something with this whole football thing, he was like, it like if you want to do something with football, like you can't risk like injuring yourself for baseball.
No, and you have to work really, really hard in the off seasons.
Oh yeah.
I promote two sports, but I think that what you're doing, because guys that don't play,
Hmm.
sometimes they take it easy in the off season. They
Yes, sir.
don't work as hard. And honestly, that's where the games are won and lost.
Hmm.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
10 games is all you have, or playoffs, but you got to off seasons where you develop and where you really that's where you win the games. As you look back, what do you feel so far? You're so young. You're a sophomore, going to be a junior, obviously. What are any keys? What are the keys that you found that have helped you? The keys to make you where you are right now. 6'3", 275 pounds. What are the keys?
I'd say like this year kind of like was like the first year where like I fully understood the whole like off season hard work, like just getting better every single day, and like talking to coaches about like what's really important, like footwork and just stuff like that. Like because I have such a like I'm blessed to have like a good circle around me of people who are always like trying to help me and like just help me get better. So they just give me the tips and I just kind of like go on with it and give it my all.
Really good. What are there words that you live by, Cage? I mean, like I'm a former head coach as well, and I had slogans and things on the board and things on the walls. Any words you live by?
Yeah, so our football team, we have three. So it's armor up, which is basically like, like putting on the armor for like getting, it's kind of like a life. Like you got to put on the armor and get ready for the battles. You got to prepare. Um, love over everything. Just love your teammates, love what you do. And then power of the team, like just trusting the guy next to you. Because if you don't trust the guy next to you and you make it a selfish thing, nothing's going to work out.
No, Scott, you have to trust your teammates, I think, as well.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to trust them. Okay, here I'll give you three silly questions. Here's the first one. Okay, what is something that no one knows about you that you're going to release tonight?
I'd say something that nobody knows about me is I have 4 cats. I'm a big cat guy. No dogs, 4 cats.
you know, Cage, I've done this a couple of years and I've never heard that one before. So you have 4 cats, and now they know that. If you could hang out with somebody for one day, hang out or exchange places, who would it be and why?
Um, I'd say if hang out with somebody, I'd say Muhammad Ali because he was just like such a great person and a great athlete, and he really like showed on not the field because it was boxing, but like how to do it in your sport and then how to like present yourself off the field as well.
And he obviously stood for what he believed in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And he was a fantastic boxer.
Oh.
Let's talk about football now. Football, you're an offensive lineman now for sure. I think you're probably a center rather than a guard because you have so much agility. You have so much. I don't know if they call it twitch or whatever, but you get off the football. Your
Yes,
initial quickness is really good.
thank you.
And the other thing is, you move up and down the line of scrimmage pretty well. What do you think your strengths are?
I'd say my strengths are, my footwork, just like overall like knowledge of the game, and like if I'm not 100% sure like what to do something, like kind of just like I have like just like I don't know how to explain it, like the thought, I guess, to like kind of help me out just because like I've always been around it and like always like watching football, and like when I'm not playing I'm watching. Like just hard work, I'd say this year really like that's one of my best things, I'd say, is working hard in the off season and getting ready for the next season.
They're finding out more and more that sometimes intelligence overtakes strength.
Mm-hmm.
Running and quickness, but there used to be the old just come off the ball, smash mouth, and you have to, but you either have that or you don't.
Yeah.
But I think you also have to be very, very smart.
Yes, sir.
And they can't call them dumb linemen. I mean, you have to be, and it almost has to be at the click of your finger, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And you even go to the pro level, and some of these guys are 40 years old still playing, 38.
Oh, yeah.
So they're smart.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're not going to mess up guys physically, but it's really good. What do you see as, what are your weaknesses then? What do you have to work on?
I'd say just like my strength, my initial like punches. I'd say like a lot of times this year, whenever I would make contact, like I would stop my feet. I noticed in my film. So just like working on that, which I've been working with my O-line trainer a lot. So I think it's gonna help me out a lot.
Yeah, a little bit of that. I think the other thing is sometimes slow down and let the game come to you.
Oh, yeah.
When you get out, and you do good job when you get out on the outside, you may overrun the block or be off balance in the block a little bit.
Yeah.
Too critical probably, but if some of those things you just have to, that comes from studying film.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Tell me about studying film. Do you do much of it?
So yeah, I'd say like this year was huge for me, like film wise, just like watching the opponent's games against other teams. We got a lot of, seeing like watching their games, seeing who I'm going to be going against, what they do, like what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, what can I beat them with, like what do I have to be careful to not do so they don't beat me.
That's good. That's really good. And I think once you study it long enough, I think you almost get a feel for the game.
Oh, yeah.
Get a feel of what they're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. And I saw you guys play a tough game last year. Toledo Central Catholic wasn't chopped liver. They're pretty good.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And you guys played well, though. Your quarterback and the receiver, I mean, that's all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
I always like to see them. Excuse me. I like to see them play tough teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you rise to, especially as a sophomore. In fact, you're one of the guys I wanted to see down there at that game because I've heard so much about you. Okay, second silly question. Okay, what talent would you like to have, you don't have, and you'll never be able to do it or get it?
I'd say probably being able to dance. The people I've like with the team and stuff, they threw me in the middle of the circle and I just don't know what to do next.
That's good. That's good. You come across a little bit of sincerity like your dad. You play that real innocent role like your dad does. And I'm laughing. That's why you're making me laugh here. Okay. We talked about words to live by. We didn't talk about what you cannot live without. What would you say you couldn't live without?
I'd say like I couldn't live without my parents, my family, football really.
Football is we always talk about energy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Energy. And I'm not talking about energy drinking Gatorade and things like that. We talk about energy and not Gatorade and stuff. What kind of energy as a sophomore or even underclassman next year as a junior are you going to bring to the team?
I'm going to be like, I'm going to keep it like hype. I'm going to keep my teammates like not let them get down on themselves, like just keep going to the next play. And I'm going to like just try to be like the best teammate I can be really, like keeping like holding myself back from doing things that I know would like show me like kind of give my teammates a bad example. And especially because we have some great freshmen right now.
Oh, really?
And a lot of them like a lot of them look up to me, talk to me all the time, like ask me how they can help them. And so like if I'm out there, you know, getting upset and not finishing reps, then they're going to be like, oh, well, he's doing that, so why can't I? So it's just really just being a good role model for the young kids.
Okay, that leads me to the next question. What are you going to tell one of those freshmen or sophomores? What are you going to tell them when they're dragging or they want to quit or they're frustrated? What kind of words of encouragement would you tell them?
I mean, I'd tell them like just you can really like that's been a whole like big slogan of mine this offseason is like just never giving up, because there's so many times when I've wanted to give up and like just it would be so much easier to give up, but then I didn't, and it's really like paid off for me. And so like freshman year, I broke my tibia in my leg and I played one game all season and I was like ready to just like give up football, but I just kept doing my rehab, kept going, and it got me to a great place now.
That's really good. It's really good. Okay, I'm going to come and recruit you. What quality, when I ask you questions, what quality is going to be your strongest quality that you have?
I'd say really just
Character, yes. Okay, tell me about like a quality of personality type. I mean, not only a hardworking guy. I know you do that. What quality? Are you an honest guy? Are you sincere? Are you loyal? Are you a bum? I mean, your best quality is that you get 2.0 average or something. What's your best quality?
I'd say my best quality is really like kind of like being like a forgiveful person, I guess, in a sense. Like I'm not really like, I guess, how do you explain it? Like a lot of people are like just like hateful people and kind of like thinking about them, but like I just kind of like give people chances, and like because I know like people mess up and I've messed up before, and that's probably one of my biggest things. And then
Okay, good. I have two more questions here. Uh, yeah, what do your teammates say about you behind your back?
now I'd say that I'm really like to them a good friend and a good teammate and a good like person to look up to and like be around. That's really just like what I try to be, is like make people want to be around me, and like make people, like if people are having like a bad time, like feel able to come around me and have a better time than they were.
Okay.
But that's just really what I hope.
Okay. Now, I read this someplace, or I don't know where I saw it, but tell me about the mission trip. You're
Okay.
in a couple sentences.
Um, we went down to Monterey, Mexico, stayed on a kind of campground-ish place. I went to an all boys home. We built things for them. We painted, we just helped around. I've never played that much soccer in my life that I did when I was there. And I got to tell you, I think I could try out for the soccer team next year. But, it was just like, kind of like those kids have it so much rougher than we do. And like, I didn't even realize that until I went there. And like, it's like a complete different world. And just like seeing how those kids can have such a worse life than I do. And just like being able to like play around with them and laugh and joke with them. It's just great.
That's really good. That speaks well of you and your friends that went too. And that's an eye-opening experience, I think.
100%.
Recruiting real quickly, and then we'll be done. Tell me about how's that going so far?
It's going good right now. I really wasn't having anything before Toledo, and then Toledo came. I got offered from there. Um, Took a visit this past Tuesday there, and then I got invited to Miami. Went there, didn't know they ended up offering me.
Okay.
And then upcoming, I have Bowling Green on Saturday, Ohio State on Tuesday, Ohio University next Saturday, and then Coastal Carolina April 4th.
Yeah, then I think the biggest thing will be get into camps this summer.
Oh yeah, 100%. And with my dad, he makes sure we get the camps.
Yeah, you just have to get the exposure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you just have to get that. Kage, I really appreciate you taking 20 minutes here, and I'm going to get you have a church program at 8:00. I'm going to get you there in time, and the minister won't be mad at me and we'll be all set, right?
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate you being on my show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Be honest with you, I told you earlier, I'm excited for you because I honestly think the sky's the limit. You're only going into your junior year, but I think you got a high ceiling.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to watching you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.